everyone, welcome to the Narcissistic Abuse Recovery Care Network. I'm Dean, the host of the N.A.R.C.N Network and channel, and also the host of the Unmasking the Narcissist channel. Today I'm going to present to you guys episode 217 on the N.A.R.C.N Network, and the title of episode 217 is Do Narcissists Fear You? And I think the answer to this question is yes, they do. And the reason I know that they do is that there are a great many self-proclaimed narcissists on the internet. You can go look them up on YouTube, you can go look them up on many other video platforms, and a great many of these narcissists explain themselves and explain the mental state of a narcissist's mind. I've looked into a number of self-proclaimed narcissists to actually do some research for this particular video, and I'm also putting in here my own particular experience with my narcissists, to just so you guys are aware that I also know from my own experiences too, because I still do speak to some of my narcissists, and I can assure you that they as well demonstrate some degree of fear towards me based on their dealings with me and whatever has gone on with them and I. But these self-proclaimed narcissists that we see on the internet, you can look up some of these narcissistic individuals on their channels on YouTube even, and you'll see that they explain quite clearly, that narcissists are very paranoid. They're very fearful. They're very fearful that they will be outed by ex-appliances and by their victims. They're very fearful that victims will seek revenge against them. They're very fearful of many things, and this is part of the narcissist mind state that they live under. They are constantly have to be vigilant about what's going on with the victims that they're messing with, because any victim can come out and suddenly turn against them if they realize that they're dealing with a narcissist. And many narcissists of many different levels fear their victims for that factor, because they know that they can have a victim come after them. That victim can single them out. That victim can out them to the people who are around them. That victim can cause them a lot of distress if they really seek to, in this instance. But narcissists, by the same definition, can also be very bold. They're very bold and boisterous to think that they can mess with people and fuck around with people's lives, and that they don't think ramifications will happen after this, or that they'll get karma back after this. They commonly don't think about these things, and they do these things anyway. But narcissists do largely live in fear a lot of the time. They're in a fear constantly of being found out. They live in the fear that something will happen to them if they encounter the wrong victim, and that victim wants to take vengeance upon them for messing with them. They live in fear, and there's numerous narcissists on the internet, like I just said, that you can find talking about this. I may find a video and actually just post an example of this along with my own video, that narcissists actually do fear their victims as an example. But again, we have many narcissists on the internet who will say openly that they live in fear. They live in fear of their victims. They live in fear of retaliation from their victims and from the people that they abuse, because when you're conducting yourselves with individuals in this way, where you emotionally harm someone in that state, that person can turn on you, and they can actually go after you and cause you some big trouble if they really want to. That is not to say that all narcissistic victims do this. Many don't do anything about this. Many remain very silent in their own pain indefinitely often, because they don't know what to do to fight back against a narcissist, and they don't know how to counteract the way that they're feeling. They have to go to therapy after narcissistic events. They have to do things of this nature. But largely, narcissists do live in a state of fear, and they live in a state of fear of you, the victim, because they know that you can come back and mess with them big time, and that you could possibly cause them a lot of shit in their lives. So yes, narcissists do fear their victims. They do fear the people that they abuse, because they know that if they're found out to be a narcissist, or if that victim has any gall or has a good set of balls, they could get their own, some of their own bad energy put back on them very easily. And they fear this, and they fear certain people, and sometimes they fear certain victims after they've had a narcissistic event with someone who has been abused by them. They fear that that victim is going to come after them in some capacity. It happens every day. It happens with a lot of narcissistic victims, that they go after their narcissists afterwards. But it is more rare than it is common that narcissistic victims actually do this. Narcissistic victims that are good at standing up for themselves will often do these types of actions against their narcissists, and the narcissists do fear and do live in fear of the things that they create and the energy that they create with their victims that could cause some type of backlash to them in the end. So they do fear us. Narcissists do fear us as victims, absolutely. So this is just what I wanted to talk about here a little bit in episode 217. This came up because somebody asked me this question a couple of weeks ago like this, and I figured I'd make a short little video on this. Like I said, I may present some other video along with this video just to show you what a real narcissist says about this particular instance. But for now, I'm going to let you guys go. I'm going to say please stay tuned for some other content I've got coming up on the N.A.R.C.N network. Hope you guys have a great day, and I'll catch you really soon.